All right, people, you see the rock right there? Imagine a lizard, right? And I'm the lizard on the rock. That's all y'all gotta do is I'm on that rock. That rock is sturdy, and I'm gonna teach to y'all from that rock. I'm the lizard on that rock. Just imaginarily put a lizard on that rock, and that'll be Apex Solar One for the day. I'm just a lizard on a rock, man. You feel me? So today I'm gonna teach y'all about stop point. What is stop point? I got a bunch of notes with me, but I don't actually need them. I need them to just kind of, you know, as a reminder. Definitely be needing a reminder. I'm beginning to have a lot of mind lapses, cranium cracking mind lapses, and that's coming from what you call. There's a lot of people out here that eat a lot of food, and they're food greedy. You got a lot of people out here that chase the bag. They will stab you in the back for money because they're money greedy. You got a lot of people that clout chase because they want the clout. They clout greedy. I'm what you call mentally greedy, and it's a bad habit. I'm mentally greedy, and meaning I sun gaze so much, I think so much, I try to use the power of thought so much that I short circuit myself a lot, and I've been doing it so long over the last 10 years. Not reading anything else, just tapping into the source of my own mind, the one universal mind that I'm connected to, that I crack my cranium a lot. And I'm finding it more and more that as I speak, mid-sentence, I forget what I was saying. So I have to write a lot of things down now. The way I do broadcasts is through my own mind. I think of topics as I'm studying, and I might jot the topic down. I get a few topics to talk about, and I have to go for the next 3 to 4 days and put it together in a form to come up with a title for y'all to say, the colorful vibration, the woman is God, or whatever. I go through it all in my head, the lesson that I'm going to drop. And I can title it from there. Sometimes when I don't come up for a title, some of the Soul Futurian, the women around me will help with the title. Soul Future, just for y'all to know, FYI, is the men, the masculine energy in this mindset. The Soul Futurians will be the women. So if you're a woman and you can say, hey, Soul Future, that means you're talking to one of the guys that's here. And if I say the Soul Futurians, I'm speaking of the women. I am a leader that follows my woman. Again, I'm a leader that follows. And I follow the law of the woman. If she's a Soul Futurian or in that mindset. What is the mindset? Welcome to Soul Future. Today's topic, today's title. You do not have a human ancestry. You do not have a what you would call an earthly ancestry. You come from an elemental ancestry. My ancestors are the elements. Your ancestors are the elements. That's one of the things we're going to be talking about today. And also we're going to be talking about the echo effect and the special effect. Are you that special effect? A question that can arise to anybody that believes in God or higher power. It could be ongoing. It could be an echo effect question. In other words, I'm going to give you all an example because I'm the examplist. Somebody comes and tell you they believe in God. And you say, well, who created your God? That's a legitimate question. God is here. He does everything, whatever. Well, who created God? Some people will tell you that God created himself. Decent answer. If you speak to, I trust a Muslim or something like that, and you ask them who created Allah, you would say Allah thought himself into existence. Decent answer. You might talk to Catholics, and they'll tell you the God is mother. You know how they worship the Holy Mother Mary. They keep the concept of a mother being God. But there will be ongoing questions of God created himself out of nothingness. Well, who created nothingness? If God thought itself into existence, then itself was already here before existence. These are legitimate questions that we can go on. This will be what I would call stop point. At some point in the world, in some religions, and people stop at, well, God did it. God created itself. The all is, was, and always will be. Now that logic I'll accept. So let's get into what is God. Who is God? Today's Soul Future is going to introduce you to the true and living. Today's Soul Future is going to teach you exactly what and who God is. Welcome to Soul Future. I am Apex Polaris, Apex the Explorer. God is the one universal mind. God is the one universal mind. The one universal mind is energy that was always laid out. Let's refer that to the all is, meaning everything that's omnipotent is, was, and always will be. We'll come at that by saying a stop point will be, and a logical stop point will be, energy always was. Energy, if we can conclude that energy cannot be destroyed, it can be contained but not destroyed, then this will explain infinity, or this will explain, it will explain an omnipotent power, something that we have to come to a stop point that we don't know, something that's, how did we get here? By thought. The ultimate universal mind had a thought. That thought was power. That power derived from energy that always was just here. That's what we can conclude. Because energy can't be destroyed. So that's the all is, was, and always will be. Energy is, was, and always will be. God is that energetic force that formed mind, or what we would call intelligence, the most highest intelligence. We're not talking about a being. We're talking about energy in form. The energy that always was here, because we know logically that energy cannot be destroyed. It can be lessened, weakened, meaning you can have a lot of energy one day and you can have the less energy the next day. But the one universal source mind energy could not lessen, it could not weaken. It just is, and it is what it is. And what it produces is substances that we are calling matter, light, ether, etc. These are manifestations outside of the thought. The thought manifests itself into what we would call existence from existing already. But the echo effect has to experience what's called existence. Anyone using the word existence is secondary. The Most High that is, was, and always will be would not know about a genesis or just existing, because you is, was, and always will be, and always was. Once, as they say, in the beginning was the word. Christine, I'm fine. How you been? All right, I'm good. Once you gotta put yourself with existence, you're secondary. Now, peep what I'm saying. The all is, was, and always will be. And the all is energy, and that energy is intelligence. And that intelligence from that energy is power. And that power produces thought. The power would run out without the thought. The power produces thought. That energy produces thought. The power of thought. The Most High mind, thought, substances into existence from the desire to want to be. Sex comes from desire. This is astral sex. This is sex by way of thought. And then something can come into existence. The universal mind that's given off this first thought doesn't know about coming into an existence. It knows about it was always here. That's the intellect it has. The intellect it has is I've always existed. I'm omnipotent. There's no beginning, no ending for me. And the thought within that mind power produce substances that we're calling matter, light, the atoms, the cosmic creations, plasma, the suns, moons, stars, and all of that kind of stuff from this one mind thought. Now, these things will wake up in an existence. You following that? The projections of these first thoughts now have to come out of that one mind into what we would be calling an existence. I hope y'all getting this, because I'm vibrating and I can't go back, so you might have to rewind. I'll try to say it again. That one thought had the desire, let's just say, to want to be more. Not come into existence, just wanted to expand, because the power that's already there from what is, was, and always will be, it's just some moving power. And that power produced the thought. Thought is power that runs the whole universe. But it's that one universal mind thought. In the beginning was the word. That energetic thought into substances, into vibrations, rhythms, and tones, became the speaking word of the introduction of the one universal mind who we call God. Here's an example from Soul Future. After the substances manifest out of the first thought of this one universal mind of energy wanting to expand from desire, because it is in every man to have a desire to want to know more. That's even written in a philosopher called Plato. It is within every man and woman to have the desire to want to explore more. That's why you're an explorer. From that first universal thought, wanting to explore and do more, yet having to stay sturdy. So we are extensions of that thought. Everything in the cosmos, every being, every light, every matter, every element is an extension, is octopus tentacles. Octopus tentacles. An extension from the one head, that one universal mind of intelligence, supreme intellect that we call God, that is not a man or a woman. It's mind. It's energy. This machine is all that is, was, and will ever be. And it's having an experience through you, through thought. So you will come into existence. Wake up and you're in existence. The universal mind wouldn't know what existence is, wouldn't know what it is to exist, because it is, was, and always will be. I hope y'all getting this. In the beginning was the word. For what manifests out, law was given. What is that word? So Future is going to give you the best of examples. This supreme universal mind that you call God wanted to say hello. And he's the most high. So let's put our minds up in a valley, way high up in a mountain. And we say hello. Well, your Bible says, in the beginning, God said, let us make man in our image and after our likeness. An image will be an echo before we talking about anything physical. He spoke vibration into existence to go along with the substances that was already in existence. And this gave it law. Hello. Now listen to your echo. You're in a valley. You're on a high peak mountain. You hear the second. Hello. You hear the third. Hello. You hear the fourth. Hello. By way of what? Echo. What is an echo? An effect from a cause. But it's a special effect from a special cause, which is that one universal mind. You are a special effect. Hello. 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 All of those hellos belong to the one vibration. You have to come back to that one universal mind. Those are the images from that one universal mind going out. Now, as I share with y'all, this is a manifestation coming out of the one universal mind, who you call God. We get rid of the word God for now. We're building for real here. Talking about that one energy source that had to stay firm. And an example of this source staying firm but projecting itself out will be an echo, period. You don't need all of these high scientist shit in laboratories and all that. You are the laboratory. Hello produces an echo, period. That's your image. That first hello has an image of the second hello. The second hello gives image to the third hello, and so on and so on and so on. Now, as those hellos get further and further away, because those sound vibrations travel throughout the whole cosmic universe. Trust me. Your words travel throughout the whole cosmic universe. And as they travel, someone, right now, I'm sitting in the park. I say hello. The person next to me, you heard me say hello, right? All right, hello. She can hear me on the bench, say hello. Another person can hear me say hello within my ripples, within my octave. The person across the street can come over and say, I didn't hear you say hello, Apex, because they were not in the ring, the octave. Now, liking this person to a created person. They're not in the park with us. They're not in that soul vibration of that first hello to get the real vibration. Think about being at a party. You get out of a cab, you hear a block party, you hear the music, you want to rush over there. You can hear it, but you want to get up on that speaker. You want to hear it more. You're hearing bits and pieces of the music. You just know where the sound is coming from. You know where the party is at. Let me pause for a minute until this alarm go by. Ambulance go by. Right? But you're not up on the sound. You're away from it. Because you wasn't there when the DJ set up and plugged the speakers in. You wasn't born out of the sound. You wasn't born out of the first hello or manifest out of those first hellos. Before that last hello left what you would call existence and turned itself into nothingness, it's still something. That sound turned into nothing. In other words, hello Hello, people can still hear it. You form a line of 200 people, and I'm going to say hello in front of that line, just with my voice. Hello. Maybe if I just said it like this, hello, maybe the 20th person will get that. Maybe. But the 21st and 22nd and 23rd person will say, I didn't hear him say hello. The hello is still traveling. It just disappeared out of octave sound. Your sound can't pick it up anymore, but it still exists. It just turned into what you would call nothingness. God didn't create himself, or this energy didn't come out of nothingness. Energy is light. Matter is light. All matter is light. Light is energy. That first hello came out of energy, came out of light. There is no darkness. Energy produces nothingness because energy can evaporate. Again, you can have a lot of energy one day, and you can be so low in energy the next that you can't lift a suitcase to travel. The energy disappeared into nothingness, but it's still there. It's just not effective. But it can be built, something can be built back on that ineffective energy. So it's logical to say God created himself out of nothingness, but only thing that produces nothingness is energy. Nothingness couldn't have the energy to even exist. Think of that. How could something with no energy exist? It had to come from energy. It's disappearing energy or evaporating energy, what you may call death. There is no death. There's a rebirth. That energy will disappear into what you would call nothingness. And again, you can build on nothingness. So that energy will have a rebirth, a rebuild. Okay? Welcome to Soul Future. I hope y'all getting this. That echo, again, the echo is key. The example is key for you to understand how far you are away from that echo. You're the 40th person in that line. You don't hear the echo. You're not born of the manifestation. Now, substances can go on to create things. The created things will be in lower vibration of remember, the first hello, the first 20, 30 people that can hear the hello. Because it was now formed out of nothingness, out of the disappearing energy of the Most High, which still belongs to the Most High. Now let's get to the chase. The beings or substances and the elements that manifested out of this one universal thought that caught the first hello, the second hello, the third hello, the fourth hello, will be the most powerful beings. These are the four root races, right within the sound vibration of that first hello. They can all basically hear it the same. The person closest to the sound will hear it more, but you won't be able to differentiate. Four root races heard, they're in that vibration. And you have maybe, I think, 3 more races that still heard bits and pieces of it until it what? Disappeared. Disappearance is what? You can't see anything no more. It's nothingness. But nothingness had to come from energy to be broke down into nothing. Because if nothing is no energy, then how could it have the spark to have sparked life? Life had to come from light, from energy. In the beginning was the word. Hello. So now, let's take it further to the substances that the one universal mind or that most high energy produced, which we're calling matter, light, ether, protons, electrons. These are the effects of this one mind sharing its universal mind and body. This is all coming out of the one mind. Again, that's God. But we're going to address it the right way. Because you'll think as a man. You have to think of yourself as God, as one of the 4 root races that picked up this vibration and that moves similar to the first hello. The substances created were not manifest. They were produced out of the manifestation, out of the substances that manifest out of the force, that one force of energy. So now we have substances, we have matter, and all of these things have to have light in them because they come from the one energetic force of light. So everything has to have light in them. That's why you have light in you, down to the mortal human being. You have light in you. You're a being of light. We just became of the lesser light as we flowed away from the energy, from the first hello. In other words, let's cut to the chase. When I'm talking about these forms, these cosmic forms and elements, we're talking about temperature, we're talking about heat. We're talking about a lot of heat. We're talking about colorful things, things that produce color. All colors come out of light, the one main energetic thing of light. Color represents energy. This is why color is used in a lot of religions and a lot of meditating practices and stuff like that. Color is very important. It comes out of light. Where are we going? We're going with the creation. The creation of, let's just say, non-colored beings would be so far away from the rhythm of the hello that it didn't catch the rhythm. It didn't catch the soul of the elements manifest. It produced itself or created itself out of the elements manifest, but did not have access to the full potent or the potent of all of those elements. Because now you're far away. In other words, reflection. It was not part, you didn't catch the first 4 stages of the reflection. It would be like you got 5 children and you're a millionaire and you spoil them to death. But by the time you have more children, you lost all your money. The 7th and 8th and 9th children did not catch the money. They have to suffer there all their lives and work by the sweat of their brow. They didn't catch you when you was in your potence of millions and can do things for them. So when you begin to be us, what you would call the angels, the archangels, the 4 root races, the supreme beings, that's the high scientists. We got to begin our alchemy out of these elements that's already here. And we got to take from those elements to begin creating. Now, taking from those natural elements, it loses potent. So anything created like that will be a creation and won't be a pure manifestation that was in the ripples within the first hellos, that just rhythmically got it. You know how some people get it? They just rhythmically get it. They don't need all the extra. Their lineage lies in that universal, in those universal first ripples and within the soul. You were here within that, so you got it. And you can transfer it on to your own. So what I'm saying to you is, created beings are different from manifested beings. Your Bible tells you when it said God breathed into man his breath of life and man became a living soul. These are the living souls. Go back to Genesis in your Bible. In the beginning, let us make man in our image. That's the hello and the extra hello and the echo. That's the special effect from that cause. And right from him came you. That's the manifestation. If God breathed into man his breath of life, this is the breath of hello. That first hello you caught. He breathed it right into you. From him. The second person caught the hello. The third, the fourth. It's just as you get further away on that line as being the 25th and 26th man, you don't catch that breath of life that breathed into you and you became, was not created, a what? Living. Remember, energy always was, always will be. You became that living energy because you came out of it. And you were in the soul of that living energy. So you became a living soul, a reflection, an image of that living soul. Now, where's the creation at? Later you'll get the word creation. Anything outside of this is created from a lesser potency and won't have all the high minerals and nutrients and things that the elements give you to keep you in that high electric, that electromagnetic universe of electricity and magnetism. Electricity being the father force of idea, magnetism being the mother force that forms the idea. And this is why I tell you that I'm a woman's leader, but I love to follow them. I can follow the law of the mother if she only allows me to lead her. Yeah, think about that. Electricity and magnetism is Christ and the devil. One and the same. Electricity and magnetism is one and the same. Magnetism is just a repelling force. It doesn't want you to form. Electricity is a powerful forward motion that wants to form things. Still, it's one and the same. All right? So where we're going is things created on the outside of this, let's just say non-colored people, will be the result of the supreme beings genetically splicing and doing other things. And this is when you get someone wanted to create beings as a slave race and all of that kind of stuff with the lesser potent. What we want to do here is, again, cut to the chase. Who are the beings outside the ripple? They still belong to the source. They still belong to that Most High. In other words, I did it for y'all in one of my programs. If the genetical or the elemental kit came down and you're still taking from out of that kit to form something else, you're still taking it from that one universal mind. There's nothing that's in your existence or that's in this universe that doesn't belong to the Most High, who you call God. Nothing. No being, no person, no nothing. Positive or negative, because there is no positive or negative. Everything is really one. It's just what you now project things to be from your own mind. And this is what I'm here to do. Get your mind back in tune to one rhythm, one vibration. Welcome to Soul Future. Your elements are your ancestors. Africans are not your ancestors. Egyptians are not your ancestors. Olmecs are not your ancestors. Aztecs, Incas, Mayans, whoever, and all of this kind of stuff. Your true ancestry, colored people, lies in the elements. Chemically, all elements have cosmic sex before you even got here as that image. Because remember, those hellos was to show y'all or give y'all an example of how energy first projected itself before beings. You just doing what energy does. The elements had a life before you got here. This is why you have an elemental makeup as your human body. You have what's in those cosmos. So when we speak of iron as an element, we speak of iron that's in your body. You take a supplement pill called iron when your iron is getting low so it can be compatible with the iron in your body. Well, the elements have sex. Chemically, elements are either male or female. Welcome to Soul Future. Chemically, elements are either male or female. The male elements are alkaline. which Dr. Sebi always talked heavy about, alkaline. But he did not really share with you that alkaline helps the man a little more than it would help the woman. Just as iron would help the woman a little more than it would help the man. Not to say we don't need iron, but iron is more geared toward helping the woman, the female. So chemically, all elements are male or female. When you're dealing with the male elements or the man elements or the masculine elements, you are dealing with alkaline. When you are dealing with the female elements, you are dealing with acid. And these elements, when compatible, create something different. Example would be some of the ancient Egyptians mastered alchemy, and they would begin magic by transferring lead to copper to gold because they can merge, they're compatible. But these are all elements. This is astral sex. Welcome to Soul Future. They understood that you can create a new element. You can create out of the elements. We are elemental beings. When we have mortal sex, we are creating a child out of our elemental body. So who were your ancestors? Hello, the elements, not Africans, not where am I from, my bloodline and all that. No, forget your bloodline. Welcome to Soul Future. I'm gonna plug you into your energetic line, the solar you. You understand that? Everything comes out of desire, not will. I want y'all to understand that. Effects versus rejects. Effects comes in with nature. That's the special effects. The thoughts into manifestation by way of the force of the supreme mind of intelligence and data. And naturally is compatible with the nature and cosmic motion. Rejects are created or creatures not manifest into life by the way of the supreme mind, but by way of the root energy, the sub-race energy of that supreme mind, which holds knowledge of creating things. And it's what I kind of just pre-explained to you all before. The rejects will be the people who are not in rhythm, who can't dance, who have sick thought, who want to conquer, who want to live by way of the negative side of the atom. When there is no negative side, it's what you make it. There's no negative gun. It's who picks it up and shoots something and does something negative with it. If you come into the one and know you from this one mind of positive thought, we don't experience negativity once you get into this type of meditation. You're not going to experience a thing called negativity. Y'all understanding this? So the elements had astral sex, producing other elements through light, through matter, through energy. And in your body, it's made up of so many elements that you can find in the cosmos. This is why when you're vitamin deficient, you have to get a supplement. The supplements you're going to get, magnesium, all of these things come out of elements. When you go, you take your pills, your copper, iron, you need all of this stuff for your body because your body needs to have sex with that vitamin. Minerals, minerals. Your body has to have sex with these minerals. You understand that? And once you have a healthy body, you can have a healthy child. And then you can procreate. Or in comes the word create. But think of the child you created. Way outside, we're talking millions of years later, outside of the ripples of the real soul. So how do they get the soul if you don't teach it to them? You have to stay in those vibrations and teach people this soul. Teach them who they are. Teach them that they're from the elements. Keep them on the periodic table. Y'all understand that? I don't want to get too far deep and lose anybody. I'm trying to keep a good lesson to teach you, to help y'all, explain to y'all why y'all from the elements. The ancestors are your elements. You got to form back elementary. elemental and form Voltron and come back to the one universal mind and get the word God out of your mind. Other than that, you're God. You're that force that's having an experiment for that one universal mind. You're an explorer. And once you begin to think like this, you begin to move like an explorer. Everything goes back to color. When I'm talking to you about these elements, the spectrum of hydrogen is a red light. The spectrum of iron is a yellow-orange light. All light is a complexity of all colors. I told you this. Iron has a melting point of 659 degrees Celsius. Things that you need to know. Colors are merely motion indicators. Each color is nothing but a cataloged specific motion or emotion. In other words, colors tie in with motion or emotion. Meaning when you, it's all because of you. I'm feeling what? Sad and blue. Sad and then you get blue. When you get angry, you get hot. Somebody say, look at you, you're just turning red. A color gets put with your emotion. You understand what I'm saying? If someone's scared, why do we call it, oh, you yellow, man, you yellow? Scared would be an emotion, and we're telling them now he's yellow. Again, the spectrum of hydrogen is a red light. In other words, the colors come out of the elements. When you find the spectrum for each element, you find their color. And this is what you call the spectrum of colors. But these colors are birthed out of elements. Close your eyes real fast, everybody, and squeeze tight. Especially if you're outside, look up. Close your eyes. You're going to go through a series of spectrum of colors. From who? The element to you. That's your thought. Colors come from elements. So how could you see colors by closing your eyes? You're not supposed to be able to see when you close your eyes. You are the element that produces colors. Welcome to Soul Future. You have to know certain things in life. I'm going to send y'all on some missions. What is the sonic span? I don't know, Apex, what the sonic span is. We'll find out what the sonic span is. What are periodicities? A woman, you should know that. What are periodicities? Y'all should understand that. Periodicities. Periodicities. What are they? Remember that everything in nature has to grow. Even your thoughts. Thought is universal power. The ultimate force here that you have in the omnipotent universe is the force of thought. Thought generates all power. Do not play around with your thoughts at all. I'm going to wind down right now. Somebody came to see me. And I'm going to leave y'all with a few things that Soul Future would give you. Questions that will show you, damn, I want to be able to answer these questions. These questions are not in my elementary school. I'm going to teach y'all coming up about frozen energy. I'm going to teach y'all about liquid air. And I know now y'all saying, what is frozen energy? What is liquid air? And we're going to get to that. Tapping into higher frequencies is just getting to know your elements. I want y'all to know that. Elements has its pluses. Remember, when you're dealing with pluses, we're not talking about mathematics or adding on any kind of numbers. God's language is not mathematics. If God's language is mathematics, the further they build, they wouldn't change to quantum physics to get to know things. You got to get to know the element to you. Your ancestors are not Africans, Egyptians, or none of that. Your ancestors are the elements. Stop point is when people, you accept that energy was, is, and always will be. That will be stop point because there's nothing you can do from that. Because when you study energy and you realize it cannot be destroyed, and you know that, quote unquote, God is the ultimate energy, then the energy had to always not even be in existence, wouldn't even know what existence is. Whatever comes out of that energy would have to understand what it is to exist. Welcome to Soul Future. I am Apex Polaris.